Hello and welcome everybody to our podcast. My name is Don Putkela.
And I'm Angela Putkela.
And this is the Welcome to Livingston podcast brought to you by the Putkela Group.
Yes.
We are really excited about our episode today. Those of you who have been watching for a while, you know, we bring in local businesses and such. Sometimes we take a step back and we talk about real estate. Sometimes we talk about a little bit of what's going on in our life. And today is real estate and what's going on in our life.
Yes. And podcast for that matter.
All of the above. So
this is kind of a bookend, I think.
Yeah, it's a big episode. So let's see, where should we start off?
Well, I think for starters, do you want to talk to the podcast and how we've gotten here, or do you want to start with a big juicy announcement?
I think we should start with the big juicy announcement. I think that's the way to go.
Okay. Well, I like big juicy announcements. I don't know about you guys, but why don't I let you do the honors?
Yeah. So our announcement today is that we are, we've grown a lot, and we've come a long way, and we have decided that it is time for us to leave KW, and we're going to break out on our own. We are opening our own brokerage, a little boutique brokerage to start, and we are extremely excited about this.
Yes. Just you and me. It's a big step for sure. But certainly almost a decade ago when we got into real estate, that was certainly a big step as well. And it's been such a fantastic journey.
Yeah, and there's a lot of steps that you have to go through. Not just anyone can open up their own brokerage. Angela and myself, we both have our broker's license for a number of years now. Mm-hmm. I think I've had mine for over 5 years now.
Well, 2017. So
yeah.
So you're getting even more than that. But, and that's something I think very few realtors end up getting. I mean, certainly no more than 20% of realtors, maybe closer to 10 to 15.
Right.
That's definitely an added step. The public doesn't necessarily know about that people go out and get their real estate license, but it's really only the those with the greatest experience and education-based,
They get their broker's license. Right. There's a lot of education that goes into it. There's a lot more responsibility that goes into it. Mm-hmm. Right. So, this is a big step for us. So what we're doing is we're taking a leap here, right?
Yeah.
And I'm really excited about it. We are going to be called the Putkela Group, which we are right now, but we were the Putkela Group with KW. Now we're going to be on our own, which means that, I'm going to be the principal broker. You're going to be an associate broker, and we are going to be branching off on our own. And we are just so happy to be able to continue to serve our clients. That's one of the big reasons we're in this. We love our clients and we love the relationships we build with them. And I think this is just another way to be able to strengthen that relationship and to give them an even more personal experience.
Absolutely. We really kind of reached out to some of our clients and kind of took a beat on it. And it was a matter of that they're not with us because of where we are. They're with us because of who we are. And the idea of us just having our own company really excited them, made them very proud of us, proud to be part of it. And that was just thoroughly invigorating. Like that, maybe that's it. You get so, tied into a role and you're just kind of going through the motions that to do what it takes to be so excited. We met with a friend yesterday and I ended up telling her, and she was thrilled because even before I told her, she said, wow, wait, there's some excitement there. I haven't seen that in a long time out of you. And I'm like, wow, out of the mouth of babes, it's like, and that's probably how we know that it's time to grow.
Yeah. Everyone, you have to keep growing, right? Mm-hmm. And you're always growing. You're always learning new things. And there's always a bigger and better path ahead for you.
Yes.
And this is that bigger and better path ahead. But when I think back to how we feel about our clients and how we serve our clients and the idea of each and every one of them being a different experience and a personal experience and tailored to exactly what they need at that time and what their road forward looks like.
Right.
This allows us to tailor that experience because it's our brokerage.
Right. We don't have to necessarily meet other requirements or criteria.
Right. And that is nothing against where we came from because Keller Williams is an amazing company. They've done so much over the years to support us.
Yes.
And, continue to support us.
Right. No, they have been fantastic. So it was definitely a hard decision, but one that I think is important, right? Because the best decisions in life aren't often the easy ones, right?
Right.
Part of how you know that it's the right thing.
Yes. Yes. And, you know, our clients and our future clients are going to get the same service that they've always gotten, the same personalized detail, the attention that they get, all the steps that we go through to make sure that they get to the finish line and they get to where they want to be.
Right. At this point in time in our business, 86% of our business in the past year has come from referral base, people recommending us to other people, whether it was past clients or past clients just using us themselves or whatnot.
Right. Well, I love when we get to do another deal with past clients and get them to the next stage. I love even more when I am now working with a past client's kid to help them get a house.
Or a parent.
Yeah. Or a couple times where, you know, someone they've outgrown the home because now they've had an addition to the family.
Right.
Or an addition on the way is one we're working with right now. So
yeah. No, there's so many great ones. And then we'll still, we'll get to this part of it and, kind of reiterate who we are, what we're about. But in the past, we've always had client appreciation events. We are definitely going to continue to do that. We'll be able to do those more because they'll be, just straight up our own. And
yeah, we're going to focus a little bit more on that.
Yeah.
Yep. So why don't we jump a little bit to that about where we came from a little bit? Because we let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah.
And we started with the big announcement, right?
Right.
What comes behind that big announcement? I think the whole idea is we have a vision in mind.
Right.
And we talk about it a lot. That idea that we are service oriented and we're contribution based. And it's not about us. And it's not about the money we're making or it's not about the transaction.
Right.
It's about the relationship. It's about what is it that our clients need at this point in their life and how can we be there for them today, tomorrow, and in the future.
I think it's not a coincidence that so many people each year say, holy cow, I felt like I was your only client. And all along, you were helping all these other people too.
Right.
And that's what I strive for. That's what I want to hear.
Well, you like to say we never turn off the real estate.
Well,
but no, I mean, we're always available. I'm always a phone call away. And I've never once felt like one of my clients was bothering me.
Right. Ever.
I've talked to, and there's other agents that are like that as well, but I've talked to people where I'm out with them and the phone rings and it doesn't matter what field you're in. And they're like, oh, I have to take this call. I never feel that way.
It's like, I wonder what's going on with so-and-so. They're giving me a call.
Right.
Yeah, it feels like the bat signal, right? Like when something happens and our clients need us and it's like put the Batman suit on.
Yes. So yeah, so it's really exciting. We're getting new business cards, we're getting new signs.
Yeah, it's good to refresh.
We're going to there's a lot of changes coming in the future. But with any business that's starting out, we're starting out small.
Right.
I call it a boutique because that's what it is. Right now it's, it's me and you.
Yeah.
And we're building something that we can grow and we can grow with.
And something that continues the traditions that we've said and the standards.
Right.
I think that just the reputation that we've developed to be able to have something, to start something that has that longevity and the legacy.
Yep. And, I wanted to speak to a little bit about involvement with the community and about Livingston County. We started this Welcome to Livingston podcast because we came out to Livingston County in
20 years ago.
In
2002.
2002, we came out to Livingston County and we've seen it change and grow, but it's really our home.
It is.
It's where we have raised our kids. We have one graduating high school this year. We've become so entrenched in the community, whether it be in my involvement in LCAR and your involvement in LCAR, Cub Scouts, PTO, food drives, so many different things over the years.
Yeah, you were the head of the HOA. You coached some of the kids' sports teams.
Right.
You definitely.
but the thing is I'm so happy to open up our own brokerage in this community.
Right.
And grow it in Livingston County.
Yeah. On some level, since we've been kind of doing our own business for a while, it felt like we were small business owners, but since we've had this opportunity with the podcast to meet so many small business owners and the SearsNet group that I'm part of as well, it really offered a greater perspective and made me realize personally that that's truly what I want. I want that respect.
It was something that was missing, right?
Right.
Right, where we talk to these small business owners and you can see that pride in ownership. You can see that spark. You can see that, look what I grew. And the care that they take in that, right?
Yeah.
And being able to open up your own brokerage, we get to form that ourselves. Yeah. We will not have a brick and mortar tomorrow. We will not have a brick and mortar next month.
Yeah, it's going to take a little bit.
It's going to take a little while.
Eventually.
Eventually you'll see us opening up our own shop.
Right. We might even have a new snazzy name, so that way there's room for everybody.
Yes.
I think when we were at Tony, we really came up with some fantastic ideas. But much like anything else, we take our time and make sure that it's the right thing at the right time.
Yep.
And this is where we're at in this moment.
Yep. And for those of you that have not listened to our last podcast, when she means Tony, it's Tony Robbins. And we just had an amazing show on that. So please listen to that as well.
Yes. Unleash the power within. Where massive action really changes your life. And I think this is a testament to that.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. So in terms of the podcast itself, it takes a lot of energy and we really enjoy it. And it's been a great way to connect with the community. But in this new beginning.
Yeah, we're going to take a step back for a little while. You'll still hear us referencing the podcast. I'm not going to let it just go away. You'll probably see me doing some videos in front of stores and resharing some of the old episodes and such because I love to support the community. You love to support the community.
It's been so fantastic.
And we've met so many great business owners that I just want to continue to get the word out there to say, hey, these people are out there and they're doing amazing things. And as members of the community, we should be supporting them. Right. So it's not going to go away, but the new episodes are going to go away for a while because we need to pull back and focus on what we're building. And I don't want to be in a situation where I have so many balls in the air.
Yeah, in a way.
In a way.
So think of it as a sabbatical, right? We're kind of just pressing the pause button, and I'll be excited to come back because it's been so much fun to do. And I feel like the Speakeasy guys, oh my goodness, Rob Johnson and his whole team, they really take such good care of us and all of their clients. And if ever you've thought of doing a podcast, these are the guys to call. Holy cow.
Right. And if you're doing a podcast and you're listening, we'd love to be guests on your show because I just enjoy coming in here.
Yeah.
It's a great medium that I think is growing and I think allows people to get their voice out there and tell people who they really are.
Right.
And that's what I like about it because we're authentic.
This is true.
No, this is how we are when we're not in the studio, right?
That's very true. Yes.
So
we have a lot of fun, by the way.
Yes.
But it's, it's been such a blessing to have a little window into, how we roll. And for some of our newer clients that, kind of decided to go with us after friends recommended us, and then here they could listen to us online. I think that really was kind of a great resource and nice and a great way for us to kind of introduce you to us. But we always look forward to being introduced to you as well and getting to know you through the real estate process.
100%. 100%.
Yes, but it's, there's a season for all things. And it'll be exciting within this change to be able to just refocus on the business.
Well, you're entering a season of growth here then.
Yes.
Right? Growth in a lot of things. I think that 2023 is going to be a a huge year in so many different things. And to everyone out there thinking about real estate, I think that 2023 is going to be strong. We're already seeing interest rates peak and come down a little bit. GDP report just came out and looked better than it was supposed to. Inflation is starting to cool down a little bit.
Not unlike our prior episode, it's about your mindset.
Right.
You can always find something to complain about or be fearful or concerned about, but you can also always find something that is positive and hopeful, and to focus in on the right things. Because when you focus on the right things, then magic happens.
100%. No, that's a very good point.
Yes.
And you got to be positive and you got to focus on the right things. And our focus right now is going to be on the Putkela group. And it's going to be on growing our own brokerage. So, you're going to see some changes out there. Obviously us leaving Keller Williams is a big step for us. We're reaching out to people to let them know where we're headed.
I know that our clients really believe in us, and we appreciate that in them more than you could ever know. So every time they recommend us, every time, they really, put us in their mind for real estate and to recommend, us to their friends and family. That's really what has allowed us to get to this point and build our business. And that'll allow us to continue to be able to service as many people as possible.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's really proud and exciting. And we've come a long way. We were both state grads, and we had so many things in the past year. We were featured in Real Producers magazine.
Yeah.
So that was really fun.
Yeah, we've won a number of awards over the year through KW.
Yeah. Last year, 2021, we were the top team in units and in volume. And then we were also the winners of the inaugural Rick Smith Memorial Culture Carrier Award, which we think of Rick so highly. And
I know that award means the world to us and so much to you.
Right. And, there's certainly been others over the years, but it's nice because to be able to look back at what you've accomplished, but know that we're not done yet.
No.
And I don't know what the future holds, but it's...
Right. And, you'll see us out there in the community all over the place. As I said, we're very involved. You'll see us at the high school football games.
Yeah.
You cheer stuff. I mean, and it's so great to run into people and to talk to them about, real estate, about their lives.
And about the county, about
the
Livingston County and everything that's going on with it. It's really been so much fun, and everybody knows each other. I've been cleaning out my emails. And it sure was funny because someone had recommended a friend of theirs, and we kind of interacted. And, unfortunately, she already had a realtor, but she was very polite and nice. And come to find out that, her husband is someone that we've come to be very good friends with, years later. And so it's kind of funny that everything does come full circle.
Right.
And you don't burn a bridge, and you don't... you don't tuck on Superman's cape or spit into the wind, or
there you go.
You do the right things in life, and then the right things come back.
100%. And we talked about coming out here 20 years ago and seeing all the growth in the county.
Yeah.
Now with opening up our own brokerage, you get to be part of that growth.
Oh my gosh, you've blown my mind. It's exactly true.
Yes.
And I don't know for our kids if any of them will ever get into this, or any other family members or whatnot, but it's the kind of thing where it would be nice to have that. I mean, our kids have grown up with it. Evie was always, even as she was little, she was our little intern.
Right.
And it's exciting to have those options.
Well, if you look at it, I started in this in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
You joined me 8 months afterwards, a bit quicker than we thought, right?
Yeah.
But if you look at where we were in 2014 and where we are now, and the relationships we've made.
Many people we've been able to help and to affect, and that's what I'm probably proudest of.
Right. Well, it's funny because when I first started out, I would talk with other agents, or I'd be in a car, talk to people, and they'd say, oh, I sold a house over here, or oh, I helped a family on this street, or oh, this, It's so nice now when I'm going out and I'm like, that's so-and-so's house,
Exactly.
that you have those touch points in subdivisions in the communities where you're like, that's a life that I was able to help. That's a life that I was able to, affect.
We remember those people in those houses. And spoiler alert, once in a while someone will say, I don't know if you remember me. The answer is yes, we always remember you because we're so excited to help you.
Well, it's funny. You don't remember the address. You always remember the name of the person in the house.
Yes.
I've always found that just so unique. And I do pretty good sometimes, but I'll be like such and such Main Street, and you'll be like, you mean the
so
blank.
Well, and you always remember the people, just the names sometimes get a
Right.
little fuzzy.
Yeah.
The interesting part though is in my filing system, and this has been a little bit different as I've talked to other realtors, I feel like everybody categorizes it by address, and I don't. I categorize it by person. Now, in a lot of cases nowadays, that person has a number of addresses in that file. But, that's how I do my filing system because that's how I think of the business.
Well, I think that speaks to the value that we're going to put in the brokerage, right? That it's not about the transaction.
No, not about the transaction or even the house. It's about the people.
It's about the people. It's about the people and what they need at that point, right?
Right.
Because, we said it in our episode, I love when I go to sit down with someone and we're talking to them about where they're headed. And at the end of the meeting, they say, you know what? I don't think I'm going to sell right now. I don't think that's right for me right now. And that makes me happy.
It does, because we've helped them.
We've helped them make a decision. And my helping them is never pushing them to buy or sell a house. It's, are you in the right situation that you want to be right now?
Exactly.
And that's why they call us up for advice, because we've had clients before. We had one last year say, thank God I had you come up and talk to me. And thank God that you talked me out of what I thought I was going to do.
Yeah. Well, we just help and we give information so that people can make their own choices.
Yeah, they make their own choices. Right. We're a tool to help give them the tools to make the right decision, right?
Yes, absolutely. And I think that a big part of this is that life always gets so hectic and stressful, right? And then when it comes to homes and real estate, and is this the right situation or isn't it? Or, all of that, when we're able to share information and share numbers and share processes and explain and educate constantly, we see this out of our clients where it's like the air getting let out of the balloon. The stress, it's like, it's like, this is what I'm here for.
Right.
Just to kind of alleviate and to help people feel better about whatever it is they're looking at for their real estate needs.
Right. And I tell them all the time, I'm like, I'm here to take care of all of these issues so that you don't have to worry about them anymore.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
If something comes up, it's not for you to worry about. That's my job.
Yes.
I take on the worry. I take on figuring that out. And then I come up to you with option A, B, and C.
Right.
And I say, hey, these are the pros and cons of each option. And this is what we're going to do to help you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's okay. Because the thing is in real estate, there's so many unknowns. And if you spend all your time on these unknowns, it becomes so stressful. And I see it all the time where you have a client that they've just built up all this stress about what could happen, not what's going to happen.
Right.
Right.
But at least when we're able to enter into the conversation and focus in on, all right, this is what we see, that we're able to see down the line, what's the worst case scenario that you're looking at for your particular situation? What's the best case scenario? What are your options? A lot of times people don't always know that either.
No, they don't.
We've had people that were behind on payments and they didn't know how that worked and they did not want to lose their house and wanted just to confidentially talk it through with us to get that all sorted out. And so we're just here to be a resource. We're here to be a friend.
Right. And that, to get back to the new brokerage,
yes,
that's what you want to be. You want to be the resource. You want to be the friend. You want to be the confidant.
Right.
You want to be the person that's there to get you to the next step.
Yeah.
Right? Whatever that step is, right?
Mm-hmm.
But to be that education-based source.
Right.
That just helps through the process in a very personal way.
Yes. And to be the realtors that we would have wanted for ourselves.
Well, not only to be the realtors we would want for ourselves, to be the realtors that we know we can be for other people.
Yeah.
That there's so much. I think that having compassion, having empathy, wanting to give and contribute is such an important part of this business. And there's so many agents in the county that are so good at their job.
They are.
Doing
There's
that.
fantastic people.
I love the relationships I've made in the last 9 years. And I'm hoping that going to our own brokerage, I'm able to strengthen those relationships, make new relationships. And I know Livingston County agents are so wonderful that I'm not going to lose any relationships.
Right.
Because they're great people. And so many of them have such a good heart.
Absolutely. And that goes especially for our Keller Williams counterparts.
Yes.
That we are sad to leave. We
Right.
have such great history. Those have been really difficult conversations to have. But it's almost like, for our son who's graduating and he's going to be moving out of the house here, it kind of felt like that it's like, you know what? I think I've grown up now.
It's time to go.
I think it's time to go. And I don't want to go. I'd love to just stick around and stay.
Yep.
But how am I supposed to grow that way?
Yep. So real quick, what comes next?
Oh my goodness.
I need your 60-second overview.
Wow. Just pouring into our people, pouring into our clients, letting them know, here's the new email. Phone number's the same.
Here's the new email. Here's the new
plan.
address. There'll be some changes to our website, little tweaks here and there.
Right. We'll still have our annual holiday movie that I think just happened just a short while ago here by the time this airs. So definitely watch for that for next year. But also next year, I do plan to have a number of fun events and to be able to just get out there and revisit a lot of these clients over the years.
Yep. Nope. I think 2023 is going to be an amazing year. I think everyone out here watch for the changes. Please reach out to us. Please support us. We are here for you. This is a big step for us, and we would just love your support.
Absolutely.
In that.
It would mean the world to us.
Yes.
So we appreciate you. We appreciate you listening and listening to this.
And seeing as the podcast is going to take a little sabbatical, we cannot wait to get back to it at some point and share with you again and just visit with members of the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. So thank you so much. Please check us out at welcometolivingston.com. Check out the Putkela group on Facebook. Check out the Welcome to Livingston podcast on Facebook. You're going to see us out on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube a lot more with launching our new brokerage.
Yeah, so stay tuned for an exciting year ahead and all that it may hold. And definitely please keep us in mind for all of your real estate needs this year.
Yep. And I guess welcome
to Livingston.